Yes, welcome to the African Liberation Station. Once more, we invite those that have not subscribed to the station to subscribe, and we invite you to also make sure you pass this message on to others. Like the video, share, and subscribe. Those who have not subscribed as yet, we would really appreciate that. We give thanks all the time and every time. You will notice that there is no title on this show. One of the things that I've been coming in issue with lately that when there is title on the show, then depends on the title. Sometimes YouTube have this way of making sure that the show does not go out. We know that they can do what they want to do when they want to do. That's first and foremost. But it's always good to be here to share some knowledge with those of us who come into the state of awakening. That is always what we are here to do, what we intend to do is to help you to see your way through, see your way clearly. So we give thanks for those who are always listening, those who participate in these shows. I give thanks. What I want to do tonight is to get down into some deeper things to show you what you have been facing for your entire existence on this plane. When most of us, like I tell my people, when most of us every day we run around and we say that we are free and we have this freedom, right? So this is something that I want to help you to see clearly. Hopefully you do that. Once you are born, and this plane that you're existing in, welcome in, my brother. Once you are born on this plane that you are living in, I want to show you that you, as the only time that you were free, remember, I don't use the word freedom. The only time that you were free is when you were just born. If if you were born at home, if you were born at home, you notice most of our children that born, like basically closer to the 90s is more of a hospital birth. They encourage you to go to the hospital to give birth, and we think that those are great things, but that is not the way our ancestors was giving birth to our foreparents. Those are forerunners of us. Okay, so what I want to show you now to break some of these things down and show you why I say what I say. You have been living in a virtual prison. You have. And I'm going to show you how they get you to be in this frame of mind and to accept whatever they give to you. From the moment, remember, you are going to school. You remember when you were in class, and most of us in the Western world, so to speak, when you were in class and you want to go to the toilet or the bathroom, so to speak, or the restroom, we call it different things in different places. You always have to get a pass from your teacher. So when you get that pass from your teacher, what does that pass allow you to do? If you are going to the restroom or you are going to see someone because you need to, and the teacher give you that pass or that right to move from one space to the next, then yes, you have that permission. Now, I'm going to show you how these things play out in real life when you grow up. Remember, the first thing they give you is a birth certificate. That's the first thing that they give you was a birth certificate. So once you have that, you see what I'm saying is then they have you tagged in their system. That's the way you have to look at it. You're already tagged in the system. That's why I said when you were born at home, you were truly free because none of those things occur until your parents take you to go register you to the system. That meaning they're giving you a number. Now, the fact is that they teach you all these things in school, or they give you these perception, and you're thinking, okay, I just have to get a pass. What does that really mean in the greater thing? Yes, I rise in. Give thanks for coming in. What I am showing you, you, your parents take you to get a passport. You notice, let's say you're living in Jamaica, or you're living anywhere in the Caribbean, or anywhere in America, or anywhere in the world, that us as carbonated people, I'm not going to talk about anyone else because this that is not my nothing to do with us. But I'm just showing you how they have you. The reality is, when they give these things to you, the same pass that you were getting in school that you can move about, that is what your passport is. So, in order to leave out of one of these different places that you were born, you have to have that passport. You will never be able to move anywhere without that pass. That is what they were doing to you from school. So they only teach you how to live in this prison that you are living in. That is what they have been doing. Yes, give thanks, apple cider. That is how they have you in this virtual prison that you are unaware of. They prepare you throughout all your school days of how you're going to operate in this prison. Even if you sit down and you compare it, sit down with a brother that has gone to one of these prisons, or even a sister that has gone to one of these prisons, and see if it's not the same setup. Only they know for sure that they are in lockup. You and I, because of where we are, we don't realize that we are in this virtual prison and we are trapped. So we move from one space to the other. You have to have that. They have to have documentation in order to make you move from one prison. It's just like a prison transfer of a real, what they call a criminal. That is basically the same thing, same setup. And that's what I'm saying. We have to think of all these stages that we have gone through in our life. So when you hear these people jump up and they say, oh, yeah, we get our independence, listen again to words, sound, and power. Independent. They put the dense on the end. You are still in prison into their system. So you notice that they never say that you are free. You notice they don't use that expression. They tell you that you have freedom, because it's silly and crazy to think that you are truly free, because you didn't have the information. You didn't have the information to set yourself free. You see what I'm saying is, you did not have this information that we have now, because most of us, our parents didn't have it to give to us. So our parents did not realize that they are birthing us into a prison, because this is what they have done to the entire planet. Now, this is where the rubber meets the road. These people who have us in this prison, they did not become aware that one day, or maybe they were, that we are going to come into a state where our mind, our spirit start to wake up within us. And this is the greatest thing that has happened to, especially, listen to me carefully, especially those of us that are living at this particular time, where the state of awakening is within us. The spirit has wake up within us, that ancestral spirit, the spirit of memory has come alive within us. So now we're starting to remember. Now we're starting to realize who we are. Our spirituality has driven us to this place, because this is where we need to be. It is to grow spiritually, to spiritual giants, both female and male alike, must come into their natural spiritual self. those of the carbonated ones. And this is where we are. So they realize now that they can't keep us in this virtual prison any longer. So what they are doing, for those who decide, because some of us decide to stay in that virtual prison, isn't that a shame? You imagine those who decide that they are going to go out and they are going to allow them to do the system to do whatever they want to do with them because they are running to the system for their protection. Whatever lies the system tell them of all these things that they say is happening, the system keep perpetually lying to our people, and our people keep believing it. Those who do not want to wake up, and even some become awake and yet they go to sleep very quickly again. So what I'm saying is that here is the space where we are talking about. Once you become in the state of awakening, all you need now is to rely on your inner self to give you what you need. And those of us that has been awake for some time, we are here to assist you to grow to that spiritual giant that you are and that you need to be in order to succeed what is coming. Because it is coming, my people, but you must be prepared within yourself. Rising to your higher self is what is going to elevate you to your higher and higher awareness. And that is where we must look to. If we go ahead and let the system do what they wants to do to us, the system plan to destroy you forever. Listen to me carefully. They plan to destroy you forever. If you go and do and allow them to stick some needle into your arm, that needle that they're sticking to your arm will erase you. Listen to me carefully. It will erase you. If you or I don't decide to stand up for what we know and what has been revealed to us, then we will be erased. But because we know the truth and we have been set free, we have to liberate ourselves. We first, within us is our mind that is liberated, which is the greatest liberation, which is the greatest thing that we could ever happen to us when our mind was set free. So now that our mind has been set free, we have no excuse. We don't. That is what I am talking about. Is this what we were waiting for? We who, those of us who are the chosen ones, you choose yourself rather than choosing others. You choose yourself. It is about you. Because when your spirit speak to you and show you everything that is happening, what did you do? You start to think, you start to reason. Some people may say, why this is happening to me? Because maybe some of us were not seeking, some of us were not searching at that time. But now that we are we have become that, the seekers, the knowers, and then the doers. Because that's what you have to become. You see, you're seeking knowledge of yourself, awareness of yourself. And so now you are growing into the woman or the man that are the being that you need to be, the carbonated being that you need to be. You are growing into that. And the thing is, what the system is doing is trying to stop that. And yet, they are not able to. So we need to know. We need to realize all of these things that happen to us and why they happen to us. Because the system did not want us to know. As long as they can keep you in ignorant, then you will stay in their three-dimensional world. Because that's what they want, for you to be a perpetual slave. They want to robotize you, basically. make you into a non-human. So we see how much of their own people coming out to tell you what these things are all about. We're not surprised by these things. We see their people out in the street protesting, and that is fine. Protests they are. But are they liberated from all of that? And they will tell you to come and fight with them. I'm not telling you, I will not be the one to say that. Don't, okay? I know we have a fight on our hand because every day of our existence has been a war. And my thing is, when our people were fighting for their very existence, the same people that is calling you to come and stand by them and with them today, none of their voices was heard. They were never there. You see. So it's up to you, it's up to me to think for ourselves as a people. One of the things I want to say to my people, it is just time for us as a people to stop being backbiters, criticizers, to be the person to always knocking one another down, removing each other from the space that we need to be. We need to stop that. Sometimes the hardest fight that we have is those who look like us these days, because the people who are running the system, they don't need to do anything anymore. They don't need to, because our own people, when you try to liberate and try to show and try to say to our people, stop doing this madness, stop tearing down each other. We are here to live. You don't hear these people going on their platform and that's what they're doing. They're not doing that. They don't. The only time they do these things, what you see them doing now, is because they are under the gun, just as you and I are under the gun. And they know that they have been doing this for the longest time. You see what I'm saying is, where were they when you couldn't get a loan from the bank? Where were they when you were fighting every tooth and nail to get a job that you can take care of your family? Where were they when you were going through all of these things? Where were they? But I'm saying to my people, it is time for you to wake up and come together as one people. If you want to work for those people who are trying to destroy you, then I say go ahead. That's fine. But those of us who say we are spiritual, if you are spiritual, you don't tear each other down. You put that aside. If you say that you are spiritual, it is not for you to tear your brothers and your sisters down. It is time for you to get and sit down with your brothers and sisters, and if you have a difference, you work them out. But it's not time for you to go. I see many brothers and sisters, they get on YouTube and they will tear each other apart like a lion just tearing up a gazelle to pieces to eat it. We have to stop these things. That's what I'm saying. I personally, I don't do these things because I don't have the time for it. It's a waste of time and energy. You find when people have bad vibration, if you're reasoning with someone and their vibration is low, it sucks you in, it pulls you down, it doesn't raise you up. And what we are looking to do at this time is to raise our vibration as high as possible. That is what this time that we are living in is calling for. So if we are not on that high vibrating train, then we are wasting our time. You see what I'm saying? Is we are wasting time and energy. We need to focus on what is important. You see what I'm saying is that is what we need to focus on. Muster the courage, muster the boldness. It is not the majority that is going to be saved. We know that already. You see what I'm saying? I listen to people. I listen to a lot of people talking things, and sometimes I laugh.
You see what I'm saying is, I remember one, I was listening to a particular show, and this brother come on, and the brother says, you know, uh, all people are good people, and it's just that they don't even realize unless they put into a circumstance. What I am saying, the thing for us as a people, and this is a Rastafarian brother that I hear say these things. The thing for us as a people that we must recognize and realize, why is it that we always have to draw everyone else into our fear as a people, as a nation? Why is it that we feel like we need validation from people to say, yeah, it's okay for you to say what you say? We need to stop that. We must come together as a people, and we must work out our difference, and we must build from within. We can't build outside anything until we build up our own house. It is a waste of time and energy, is what I'm saying is. It is a waste of time and energy for us to do that. So we need to let that go. You see what I'm saying is, let it go. Come to the place where you know, okay, we are building, come together. Whatever it is that we have to do as a people and as a nation, whether we have to start from small beginnings. I'm not talking, when I say these things, I'm not talking about politician, I'm not talking about religion, I'm not talking about any of these things. I'm talking about those who are vibrating on a spiritual level. We are the ones that need to build together, to grow together. We come to realize that we must shape out and carve out our own destinies. That is what we must do. It's time for us to make others stop determining our destiny. Greetings, my sister. I'm saying that it is important for us to recognize that. It is very, very important that we recognize who we are and as spiritual people. We stay away from the people that are sucking us into these things that we don't need. We have a lot of people that is trying to suck us into these low vibrational places. So we need to remove ourselves, and I'm talking about our own people that are trying to suck us into low vibrational state of thinking. So we have to let them go, whether it's family, whether it's so-called friends, acquaintances, whatever it is. Just like if you go on YouTube and you see a low vibrational show, what is it that you need to do? Cut it off. Don't sit down and watch it, because they are sucking your energy, because our own people become energy vampires. Energy vampires our own people become. So that's what I'm saying is, and saying these things is, it is true, because the enemy has worked their magic on our people, and our people are the ones now that becomes enemy to us as a people. Those of us who are truly spiritual, saying you are spiritual and being spiritual is two different things. There's many that say they're spiritual, but I said, by their fruits you will know. Your action will say who you are. You see what I'm saying? And when truth is being revealed, that's why I said truth is always stand alone. Truth will always stand alone. Sometimes you realize you are the one who speak truth, live truth, your whole family will go against you. That is the reality. These are the truth that we are talking about. Those who you realize that when you stand for truth, when you stand for spirituality, the people that used to be close to you, they just drift away. But they wasn't close to you. They were your energy vampires. They were sucking from you. But now that you have grown, because of the light that you are putting out, it is just like when the so-called Moses went into the wilderness, or up into the mountains, and he came down and the people couldn't look him in the eye anymore. These are the reality. These are the things that we are talking about. So the people that are doing these things, they're not able to look you in the eye anymore. Those who are making you out to be enemies, they will not be able to look you in the eye anymore because you come out of the virtual prison. You come out of that box that they had you in because you are awakened to your higher self. So now that you are in your goddess's self and your God self, these are the space that you operate from now, so you can see everything from distance, from a very very high distance. So that's what I'm talking about. Raise your vibration, raise your frequency, and the moment you start to go around people that have low vibrational move yourself away from that immediately, because it's going to drag you down. You're going to feel tired, you're going to feel drained. You don't want that. We are not looking to live in that space. It's time for us to move from that space and raise our frequency, because this is the time that you're living in. You're going to see things and experience things that you have never seen before. Trust me, it's coming. These things that you're seeing today is just the beginning of what is to come. I promise you that. Because the system is caving in, the house of cards is collapsing. And the more the house of cards collapse, the more you will see. You will see things that no one has seen before on display. It's going to happen. You see what I'm saying? Is because they realize that their system is over. This virtual prison that they create for our people and even for their own people is over. Everything, all the lies are being unfolded, and the whole stack of cards come tumbling down. That is what you're seeing. All these disasters that you're seeing, you see, it's not going to stop anytime soon. It's just going to get worse. It is. And I'm not preaching a message of gloom and doom, because those of us who are spiritual people and who are aware, we know why it is happening. So we're not afraid. We're not scared. It's nothing to be scared of. It's nothing to be scared of. It is the time when you raise your vibration to the highest level possible, because of what is coming down the pipeline in the next few years. It will rock you off your very feet if you are not solid in your spirituality. So I am in full encouraging you, my dear sisters and brothers, to be your spiritual self, your greater self. Vibrate at the highest level possible. And those around you that are spiritual, is for you to full encourage them to go even higher within themselves, because of what is about to take place. You see, so I am saying, you should, if you are spiritual at this point, you should not be in that space where you are living in fear. Ancestors, it is the universe, it is nature that is responding to all of the wickedness that has been done. All of the things that has happened here on this planet, it has to be paid for. And that is what is taking place at this time that we're living. You see, whatever you sow, it is the principle that you cannot escape. And when I tell people there's a huge difference between laws and principle, I hear my brothers and sisters all the time talking about laws. No, the universe doesn't operate on laws. It operates on principle, because principle does not and will not change. It cannot change. Laws can be changed and amended. You have to know these things, use them to your advantage, and recognize if you violate a principle, you're going to pay. You can break laws and get away, but you will never be able to violate a principle and get away. You must pay the price. You must pay the consequence. It is going to come to you. So I am saying, it is time for us as a people to vibrate at the highest possible level. The principles are here to guide us. Nature is here. I'm saying to my people, look at nature. Pay attention to what nature is doing at this time. They may manipulate nature, but nature is going to respond in its own way to counter anything that they are doing to her. So that's what we want to be aware of. Whatever you sow, this is what you will reap. These are principles. These are not laws. And that is what you're seeing taking place at this present time. So we must always know the difference between these things. As I said, the importance is, my dear brothers and sisters that are here with me tonight, vibrating together as one, realizing that now is the time for you to remove yourself completely from that virtual prison that they have you living in. And I'm saying this again, go and think. Think about what they have done to you all those years in this virtual prison that they have you, and how they train your mind from you were young to this point. You see, when you become awake and you start to see all of this unfold, they had you doing these things for a particular reason. How to live in the prison, when to go, when to come. They dictate all the things that are happening to you. They have been set in stone even before you came on this plane. And that's what I'm trying to make our people understand. Pay attention to the real things. Don't pay attention to the foolishness, to the soap operas that people want to suck you in and suck your energy. What you need to do is examine the things that you have been going through throughout your entire life, because it's going to even make you more aware of what truly is and what truly is not. That is the reality. You see what I'm saying? So once you are awake, once you discern your spiritual self, that spiritual connection that you have to yourself, to the universe, to nature, and all these different things, you see what I'm saying is, this is what you need to pay attention to. Every day when you get up and you do your meditation, these are things that you need to say to yourself: I am a spiritual person. What I need to do is to grow spiritually. Meditate on that. Ask for guidance from the universe. Ask for guidance from your ancestors. Is what I'm saying is, because it is within you, it is in your DNA. All the secret is there already. There's nothing hidden anymore. It is all there. Just pay attention. And the more you meditate, the more it will come to you. Like I said, meditation, breathing is important in meditation, because when you breathe deep from your diaphragm, what it's going to do is going to relax you. It is going to slow down the heart rhythm, and it's going to put you in that space. And you are going to be amazed the things that you draw from the deep reservoir that you are. Know yourself, love yourself, accept yourself. It is important that you do. And because you become a seeker, a knower, and a doer, this is where it's going to get you to the next level, because you cannot be fooled by the system anymore. Because if you are fooled by the system, it's because you want to be fooled. And that is where we're at. You see what I'm saying? At least I can say I know that's where I'm at, because the system cannot fool me. Whatever they come with, I'm not surprised. I know that it was coming. I expect it. Just as everything else that they have coming, I know that they're coming. And so should you. Strive to know that these things are coming, and they are coming very quickly. I just want to say I give thanks for everyone for tuning in tonight. I give thanks for your presence. Always full joy your presence being here, right? And I know that I don't come on here often because I've been having a lot of ups and downs with YouTube, trying to cut the shows and all these different things. So I come on here when I have something that is very, very important, key importance to let you know, my dear sisters and brothers, right? And I strive every day to use this way in this terminology, because I know is women first. That is a fact, and that will never change. So I give thanks for all of you, appreciate of all of you. Have a wonderful rest of the evening, the day, or the night, wherever you are. I said, is always prosperity, and I know that the universe will always turn in your favors. One love as always. Marcus Garvey words.
Marcus
Yeah, Marcus Garvey, Bob Marley get that from. Most people think say Bob Marley kind of term, but it's not Bob Marley. It's Marcus Garvey kind of term.